Picasso was right when he said, "Art is a lie that makes us recognize the truth." Yet some truths are too haunting, dark, and difficult for many of us to accept as reality. In a defining scene of the Kurdish film Turtles Can Fly, directed and written by Bahman Gobadi, the troubled heroine, Agreen, fights her demons as she stands at the edge of a cliff. Her tiny frame is covered in a red dress, engulfed by wind, perhaps a symbol of the blood spilled in the conflict and oppression that had ravaged her country, and one that had subsequently abandoned her long ago. This award-winning film was released in 2005, only 2 years after the United States' unilateral invasion of Iraq.
My fellow citizens, at this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
Some viewers feel the film doesn't offer an opinion on the war. Its focus is on the actual lives of the children and teenagers living in a Kurdish refugee camp on the border of Turkey and Iraq, 2 weeks before the American invasion begins. Gobadi stated in a 2005 interview with the Australian Broadcasting Corporation that the film was in fact a protest that America can't make a heaven for us. It will only create another trouble in the future. I believe that only the shape of aggression will change. Saddam was much more violent, but this, while still violent, comes forward with the slogan of democracy, saying that we want to free people, but in practice, it's just a game. It's a pre-written script. Sadly, but perhaps unsurprisingly, Gobadi's statement became a self-fulfilling prophecy. While many, including former President Obama, now claim the Iraq invasion was a mistake, social critic Noam Chomsky goes even further, stating it was the worst crime of the century. Turtles Can Fly remains one of the most important films to watch in order to understand the effects conflicts have on civilians. It also sheds light on the plight of the often generalized but diverse group of ethnic Kurds living in the region. The film's other significant facet, however, may be lost on some viewers, yet it informs current discussions regarding the refugee crisis in the Middle East. The children in the film aren't portrayed as weak, passive victims of their circumstance. Instead, they find ways to survive and even manage themselves without adults. Perhaps this should inform how we view refugees, a categorization that instills primarily negative stereotypes. Of course, these individuals have endured tragedy, and most are victims of war, conflict, and oppression. But they are also resilient people who contribute to society in many different ways. They are not an other to be either pitied or despised, but individuals who should be included and supported. The undeniable truth is that when war and conflict arise away from our cities, our homes, and our families, we forget their consequences. In fact, we forget it's even happening. The people who bear the brunt of conflict serve as nothing more than statistics used in news headlines or political talking points. This film adamantly protests that simplification. Gobadi shows that the world easily forgets our agreens and the demons they carry. Demons conjured out of our own inactions.
رفیقم لای لای گیانکم